Sableye and Steve found themselves tied to a tree in a strange planet under a strange tree the size of a skyscraper. They were unable to move, and the root system was tightening itself around their nanosuits. Needles protrude from the roots and tried to prick through their nanosuits. It held. However, they struggled, but they couldn't free themselves. After getting tied to a tree for minutes, the tree gave up and released its hostages. Sableye and Steve gasped as they moved away from the tree, the true hero being their suit. They looked at their surroundings and found that everything around them was hostile. And they found that soon a worm-like creature rushed towards them. It seems that the worm has a soft body. One of the roots tied its root around the worm. Needles protruded from the roots, stabbed the worm, and drained the worm of its valuable nutrients. What's left was the skin of the worm. Then the root threw that skin as if a discarded garbage. Sableye and Steve went over to the worm to check if it was still alive. It was lifeless. Whatever was inside the worm was gone, sucked dry by the root of the tree. Not only the animals on that planet, but the plants were dangerous, far dangerous. Soon they went to work and started collecting samples. They found a bug. They found that even that wasn't easy. There were roots tangled on the floor, and to find dirt was extremely hard. So they have to cut through the tangled web of roots and reach the ground, and mostly it's rocky. After searching for several minutes, they found a patch of dirt. They collected it in a bag. With relief, Steve was looking at the bag, admiring it, and saying how hard they work just to get that simple sample. Soon, a root system started rushing towards them. It snatched the plastic bag from Steve's hand. Its thorns emerged from the root and pricked through the bag. A liquid was released into the bag, and then sucked. All the soil that they collected in the bag was gone. The root then mockingly threw the empty bag at Steve and retreated. Steve laughed. This planet is full of thieves. Then they were back at it again, searching for another patch of dirt they can collect. After working for several hours, they discovered a small patch of earth. They collect sample and started going back and head back to their ship and head back to the lander. Inside the lander, Sableye found an incubator full of precious eggs. Snakes have interested on her from the planet Slushy. She looked at the eggs lovingly and said that maybe this is where we should leave our eggs. Steve looked at her and said, "Are you mad? This planet is extremely dangerous. If they discover these eggs, they will take them away from us. They will end up in Earth in some laboratory, getting dissected by scientists. We have to leave them here. This is the best planet we have come across so far." Steve agreed, and they moved out their cargo into the surface. They left the incubator on a tree track far from the ground and the ravenous tree roots. And scary animals. They hope that they will hatch within a month. Sableye and Steve returned to their lander and lifted off. Sableye looked down to the planet and prayed that the last hope of the Essos survived. They entered their main ship and waited for the wormhole to open. A few minutes later, the wormhole spiraled into life. Their ship entered it and vanished.